and welcome to SeaWorld. My name is Arrion. Oh, well, thank you. My name is Arrion, and I'll be your guide as we give each and every one of you an inside look at what it means to care for the animals at SeaWorld San Diego. Now, across the park, there are hundreds of ambassadors that are working 24/7 to ensure the health, safety, and prosperity of the animals in our care. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, whether it's from preparing thousands of pounds of fish a day to conducting various training sessions. We do have a veterinary staff that is on call and on site to provide routine as well as emergency medical checkups. We do have our SeaWorld rescue team that has come to the aid of over 39,000 animals since we opened in 1964. Today, we are going to give you all an inside look at what it means to care for the amazing animals here at Orca Encounter. Now we have 9 killer whales that range in age from 8 years old to 57 years old. And every day is different for our team of orcas, whether they're interacting with other whales or participating in various training and enrichment sessions. Now we do have various areas our animals can interact and explore, 5 in total. The area you're looking at right here is around 36 feet deep. And we do have an underwater viewing area that is around 30 feet deep with a rock structure and live fish the animals can interact with. Now with all that being said, now is the time where I get to introduce you to the animals that will be here during your inside look today. Now you see they're all at stage. We have 3 females with us here today. We have Orkid, Shouka, and Kalia. And they're going to do something really special for you. First off, we're going to start with Orkid, who is the first killer whale born at SeaWorld San Diego. Now, she is extremely intelligent and enjoys learning new things, and even just putting different behaviors together to create her own. Everyone look towards the center of the pool and say hello to Orkid.
Nothing happened.
There she is. Another fun fact about Orkid is that she has a best friend here, and his name is Nakai, who's one of our larger males. There you go. All right, next up, we are going to have Kalia and Shouka go on a behavior together. Fun fact about Kalia is that she just had a birthday, so you have to tell her happy birthday. She just turned 17. And she has 3 freckles in that left eye patch. You probably saw her on the outside there. And Shouka right next to her, and they're going to come right up in the center here. Beautiful. Shouka actually is one of the animals that learned different vocalizations from a dolphin she previously lived with at another facility. And then she brought those here and was able to teach the other animals in our care. Now, today we're going to talk to you about some of the types of sessions that we offer our animals using the acronym HELPER. It stands for husbandry, exercise, learning, play, also relate, and, of course, presentation. Now, with all of those, we're going to focus on the letters play, learn, and exercise today. And first up for our learn session, you'll see to the far left side, everyone look over there, we have Amber, she's waving. And then you'll see that we have one of our whales that is at that gate. You guys want to guess what's down there? A scuba diver. Yeah, so behind that gate there, we have one of our trainers, 2 of our trainers, Stephanie and Hannah. And they are participating in a play session with our animals. So what we can do is ask them to go on different behaviors from underwater, and it looks like they asked Shouka for a slide out behavior. So a slide out basically is asking the animals to slide right up here in front of us until we give them that "you did a great job" signal, which is our whistle there. So we'll see what she does. There she goes. Everyone give her a round of applause. That was awesome. So honestly, people ask, our guests ask, do the whales see well underwater? And just from seeing that, you can see that they can, because they were able to give her that signal underwater, and she was able to see that and come up right here in front of you all. And each of these sessions that we offer is very much so going to allow us to make their days different and not the same. Now, of course, us getting in the water is very fun for us, but at the same time, it can be fun for the whales as well. And people do ask, do we swim with the whales at all? And the answer to that is we don't actively swim with them, but we do have our medical pool area that has a lifting floor where we can practice desensitization sessions. And that basically means getting the animals used to if anything falls into the environment and that they ignore that. So here we do see that Kalia was sent on a behavior called a vertical spin. So that is actually going to ask her to come up on the side, do that little jump, and then come right up in the center, and it looks like a corkscrew. Let's see what she gives us. Yeah, she got it. So if everyone looks at me for a second, the signal we give for that looks like this. So it kind of looks like we're giving them a little corkscrew in front of our bodies. So the diver was able to do that underwater to give her that signal, and she was able to take that and show us that behavior right in the center, which is pretty amazing, right? So next, Caitlin was able to point Orkid to the trainers in the water near that gate. So what it looks like to see a whale underwater is basically they are very large animals, so it's going to look very perceptive to see them right in front of you, in front of that gate. And getting that eye contact from them so they can see exactly what you're asking for. So here you'll see Orkid's looking, observing the trainers underwater. Oh, it looks like they gave Orkid a spy hawk signal. So that is going to ask her to come to the center of the pool and just pop up out of the water, and that is actually a natural behavior that killer whales have seen or shown in the wild. So there she goes right there. That's exactly it. Very nice. Everyone give her a round of applause. Yeah. And like I mentioned, all of this is very variable or different for the animals. And that's what our day-to-day is about. That's really what it means to be a trainer, is making the animals' days as different as possible so they aren't guessing what is happening. So do me a favor, everyone. Raise your hand if you would like to have the same day every day. I see a couple of hands. Okay. But even just saying that, it just shows you how important that variability is today. I see a lot of the kids are raising their hand. Mom and Dad, what's going on? All right, so now that we finished that segment, our play segment, we're going to move on to our next segment, which is Learn. And for that, I'm going to pass it over to Morgan here, and she's going to talk to you more about what she's working on with Shouka.
There we go. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. So what we're going to be working on right now is a learn session, like Arrion said. And I'm training a behavior called a fish catch. So has anybody here been over to Dolphin Amphitheater or Dolphin Point today? Yes. Okay. So one of our favorite behaviors as a dolphin trainer is actually a fish catch. So they're going to come up, catch the fish right in front of the trainer. You guys might have seen that today. If you've done one of our interaction programs, you might even have asked one. So what I've done is I've trained the first killer whale fish catch, and you guys are going to get to witness that today. So bear in mind, it is still in the works. It might not be perfect, but Shouka's come a far way. So what we're working on today, I'm going to ask her first. I'm the person who's been asking it the most. She knows what to expect when I ask it. If she does well, I'm going to have my friend Arrion here ask it and see if we can recreate it. So I've given her the signal. So she's going down, she's making that run, and she should jump up right in front of me, and hopefully she'll catch the fish. All right, I will chalk that up to my bad throw, but that was awesome. She did really, really well. She got super high. Yes, you did amazing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have Arrion ask that behavior, and we will see if she can do the same thing for Arrion. So when we're training a behavior, we want to make sure that we're not the only ones asking it. We want the behavior to be able to be asked by any trainer in the area. So this behavior is really close to being done, but the next step now is making sure that she will do the same thing when I ask it, when Arrion asks it, when Robbin asks it, when anybody asks it. So let's see if she's got this. Perfect! Great job. That was incredible. Thank you guys. That was really exciting. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm going to pass it back over. Actually, just kidding. I'm going to stay on the mic. Shouka and I are going to head this way. And now Caitlin. Caitlin is going to be working on a behavior with Orkid called a cartwheel. Lots of exciting behaviors over here at Killer Whale. So what Caitlin is looking for with this behavior, Orkid knows what she's being asked, but what she's looking for is for her to follow the target pole. This behavior should mimic, just like if you guys did a cartwheel, it should mimic pretty close to what that looks like. So Orkid has an idea of what Caitlin is asking her, and we're just trying to get her to focus on that target pole a little bit better and follow it.
Wow.
That was amazing. That's exactly what Caitlin was looking for. You guys heard that whistle sound. Super, super cool. And you guys can see she's following it just like you would a cartwheel. So right now what Caitlin is working on is just getting that a little bit tighter and getting her to kind of flip a little bit more. Alright, so we've got Orkid pointed back over. Caitlin's got a smaller target pole. Now you can think of those target poles kind of like an extension of our arm. We use them to lead the animals through a behavior since obviously they're so big, our hands won't really quite do it. You guys heard that whistle, and what Caitlin's trying to do there is, again, just making sure that Orkid is paying attention to that target pole and getting her to kind of tighten up on that twist, on the flip. So she's switching back to the higher target pole. The idea of using that little one was kind of telling her, hey, think about what you're doing. You got this. All right, so she's on her way. Let's see if she can get it. Incredible. Let's give Orkid a big round of applause. And she gets a salmon. Oh boy. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching how we train our whales. I'm going to pass it back over to Arrion, and we will continue on.
All right, everyone. Wasn't that so exciting?
Good morning!
I got soaked over there. I tried to move out of the way, but it wasn't out of the way enough. One of the perks of working with these amazing animals, and I will say that each of these behaviors that we're asking is allowing us to build our relationship with them and our connection, and that allows us to share them all with you, which is really exciting because you get to see awesome stuff like this, especially for our inside looks. Okay, so right now we're going to go for our exercise session, all right? Raise your hand if you like exercise. All right, run in place. Come on, let's do it. No, I'm just kidding. But for our animals, we're going to ask them for a series of behaviors to get that heart rate as well as respiration up. And that is what the purpose of these exercise sessions are. So right now, the trainers have asked the whales for a fast swim. So you see them coming ripping around the corner there. And we can ask them for multiples of these laps. So just like how you and I can go to the gym and exercise, we're replicating that a little bit with our animals by having them exercise in their habitats. Okay, we just had Shouka join in on the track here. Awesome, and they just let them know they did a great job for that. Yeah. Now, all these exercise sessions can be different. So it's not just the animals doing the fast swims multiple times around. It can be any behavior that can get that heart rate and respiration up. So it can be the fast swims, it can be bows, it can be, oh, speaking of bows, it can be anything that helps with that activity level. So here the trainers have asked the animal what we call a bow behavior. So it's basically them coming up out of the water and turning right back down to go right back in, just like that. Now we may ask the animals for different positions for these behaviors. So you'll see them come up on this side on the third pane, and then on the other side on the third pane, and then come to the middle here. And Amber just used some ice cubes to ask the animals to come up there.
Oh, wow.
She tossed another one to ask them to go into that position. And there, she blew the whistle to let them know they did a great job and to come back for some type of reinforcement. Now we can also use target poles, which I don't know if you saw how Amber on the far right, she had like a large Q-tip. Caitlin actually used them as well. But those help us get that indication in addition to that. Okay, so we do have one more exercise behavior. Very nice. All right, so on that note, I think we had an amazing time here with you all, and we hope you did too. But for one final goodbye, everyone, please give it up for Shouka, Orkid, and Kalia.
Backside.
All right, here they come on the sides, and then turn your attention right to the middle. All right, everyone. Now, if you wish to continue your inside adventure, we do have scavenger hunts that are available for purchase at the